PITAS adalah satu konsep yang kita bawa seumpama meletakkan kerangka framework our vision to Terengganu from today, from 2018 tu until at least 2030. So itu adalah satu framework, ground framework yang saya sebut dalam ucap Menteri Besar dekat awal, untuk memberi kefahaman asas kepada semua pegawai-pegawai, termasuklah ahli dan undangan negeri dan ahli-ahli parlimen pada hari berkenaan, for them to understand what is the goals of our development plan, which is to bring Terengganu into developed and prosperous state by 2030 in more holistic and comprehensive plan for the people of Terengganu, in particular based on the Islamic principle. So through PITAS 2030, kita cuba menekankan on the human and economic development hand in hand. Two aspects. Human and economic development of the state and the people of Terengganu as well. Jadi in a nutshell, then barulah kita pergi kepada apa yang kita look at in details afterward. How do we strategize to achieve the target? What should we do? Who will be responsible? Itu akan kita lay down satu persatu kemudian. Dan saya sebut pada hari itu pun bahawa this is not going to be top-down approach. Very importantly, this is going to be another top-down and bottom-up approach. Meaning what? Meaning, of course, saya bagi tahu, and this is my message all this while. We can or possibly call them and ask them to do A, B, C until Z. 1 up to 10. This is what you should do. This is what you should prepare. You are responsible for this. This is your deadline. This is your targeted. This is your objectives and aims. And that's going to be top down. But they cannot feel it. If we do it that way, you cannot feel, they cannot sense, they cannot appreciate and feel the sense of belonging to the plan, to the whole structures, and of course the ownership. That's why saya hanya perpengkat itu kerangka kasar. With all the details, we have all the details and have some targeted and objective and all that, but we want to sit down with them. For example, unit perancangan ekonomi negeri yang merangka tentang hala tuju yang melihat menapis semua cadangan-cadangan pembangunan ekonomi dan sebagainya ni, industri sebagainya ni, we want to sit down with them and explain to them the objectives in more details as compared to my speech. Jadi ini yang sedang kita rangka, dan kefahaman ini kita beri ke seluruh peringkat, termasuklah agensi-agensi kerajaan dan juga kepada ahli-ahli majlis dan juga kepada orang di peringkat kampung, hatta di peringkat kampung seperti Majalah yang dulu dikenali dengan nama JKKK ni, sekarang ini adalah MPKK, Majlis Perundingan Komuniti Kampung, dengan bahasa yang sesuai dengan masing-masing lah. Kalau bercakap all the facts and figures and all the planning and all that, mungkin dengan peringkat pegawai tu more detail, tapi dengan peringkat MPKK itu adalah majlis more down to earth and easy for them to digest lah.
So it's ongoing process?
It's an ongoing process, and this is what we believe, that all the planning yang sebelum-sebelum ini dibuat oleh banyak pihak di peringkat federal and in any other places, they come together to you with one piece of book that you have to follow. And yet you ask them to digest all the information, and I found this is quite difficult for them. So we have to prepare together the details, action plan, so that they can feel the ownership as I explained. And this is going to be continuous, because along the line we are going to face the challenges, we are going to face the obstacle, that we have to adapt and change our course of direction, and this is we can do it along the line.
How long is this taking place for? What is the duration of plan making or consultation?
As I said, this is going to be continuous, but we are doing it now. Now it's in the process. Of course, apa yang kita buat sekarang ni, we are so busy with try to get information on budget, preparing our budget. So with the same approach, we talk top down and bottom up. We get we consider our people, even at the smallest tiny units, as also a stakeholder to the state budget. So they have a say as well in whatever they think what is right, what they want, and so on and so forth. Of course, we are, as a leader, we are the one who are going to scrutinize and prioritize and looking into details which one we are going to choose. So this is going to be a continuous process all along.
So if we go look at the two areas, human capital and also economic development, what will be, as of now, what will be the objectives and also strategies that the state is adopting?
So if we want to dissect the human capital development and economic development, I would lay down into four main focus. Number one is to create jobs, opportunity during our terms in office. Job opportunities. We promise 20,000 jobs opportunity within 5 years. So we are talking about
new jobs.
Yeah, new jobs. And then bear in mind, this is something that we want to clear up, and people need to understand. Job creation is not just meaning we build industry and let's say we have a vacancy of 1,000 job, and then we get people to work in we managed to find 1,000 people, for example. It's not just that. The spillover from that industry, for example, so it's not just 1,000, but it will be more than that, probably 1,500. Where this 500 coming from? 500 or another 200 or 300 or whatever numbers coming from the supporting industry that has also been created to support the industry. For example, all these canteens, all these suppliers, vendors, new venture of landscaping of the industries and all that. That's also job creation, but we don't advertise as a job vacancy. We empower our people to work, and this is also part of the job creation. So number one, first the job. Number two, of course, to attract top gross investment in Terengganu. Top gross. Well, top investment. I mean, good investment to bring in money to Terengganu. Technology-driven, capital intensive, and human skill operator intensive. Well, you name it, across the board. We're happy to evaluate each one of them. Number three, we are going to empower our young generation to become to empower them with the necessary skills to work. Those who are considered because if you look at the younger generation that we are having now, we have those who are fortunate enough to go to the university or have interest to go to the university, to get degree and so on and so forth in various sectors. But there are segments in our community who are not in their liking of going to the university. They want to go to the technical college, to the vocational institution, and there are also some who are being left out from all those two segments. So in that case, we want to register them and try to equip them with proper skill so that they can swim by themselves. And number 4, of course, to our target of household, to increase the household income of somewhere around 8,000 Malaysian ringgit by along the process of we are in the office now. 2016 we're talking about 5776. Yeah, RM 5776. Yeah.
So 8,000.
So we have another 2003 around, another extra. So if we can achieve 8,000, of course, as quick as possible.
But not 2030, by 2030.
No, not by 2030. Not by 2030.
Or not within 5 years?
I think within 5 years. Within 5 years. That's our plan. That will be our target. And then the focus area to empower the economic and the people, of course, in the any manufacturing sectors, oil and gas, maritime industry, silica industry, agriculture base, of course, yeah, because we still have plenty of land, plenty of green land that can be used for the industry, at least to support local needs. If we are not dwell into export, I mean, at least for the local needs. Of course, if we can go into the bigger road to export, then it will be better.
So these are the areas that you will be focusing on. Then how about the structure of development, investment planning and development, especially when it involves 3 entities of Terengganu Inc., then Lembaga Tabung Warisan, and also MB Inc. also.
MB Inc., yeah.
So some people are a bit confused about it.
Yeah, I think it's not. I cannot blame people to confuse with those 3 entities and their roles, but we have to look at the body itself, the enactment that form those 3 entities. For example, the first one, of course, the MBI, Menteri Besar Incorporated, which was established under the enactment number 1, 1951. The
enactment number 1,
1951, back in 1951. Of course, initially it has been established with the capacity to enter into any contracts involving movable and immovable assets of any description in the state. The objectives sounds very great, but if we go and look at the details of the enactment itself, nowhere mention about the structures, the staffing issues and all that. And then, of course, if you go to some other state, some of the other states, and they have CEO, they have their own organization structure of MBI. But if we look at the enactment, our own enactment, I'm not sure about the other state. MBI is just MB. MBI is just MB. So I think it's quite difficult for MBI to get involved with all the process of receiving all the investors and then all the industry and all that. This is where Terengganu Inc. take place. Proper authority, which come later, very much later. Well, we can check the time. I think end of early 2000. It's a company with objectives as an ultimate investment holding for the state of Terengganu. So when you put up under company, then you have easier for you to have a proper structures. That's why we have CEO of MBI, we have office, we have other risk director, we have proper setting of a company, and then of course at the end of the day, Terengganu Inc. need to report to MBI, to the MB itself.
Terengganu Inc. report to MBI.
MBI.
Not MB, MBI.
MBI. Of course, MBI is MB lah.
Yeah.
MB.
Okay. MBI.
Yeah, and then so all the GLCs either under Terengganu Inc. or the other one is under Lembaga Tabung, and also under SCDC. Also, there are some under, there are few, not so some, just small numbers under SCDC, some under Lembaga Tabung. So basically, the difference between Lembaga Tabung and all those two, MBI and Terengganu Inc., Lembaga Tabung focus on the sovereign fund of the state. Sovereign fund with the capacity to invest in terms of deposits, securities, and money market instruments. And Lembaga Tabung also a recipient of oil and gas royalty and tanah kurnia from state. So this is for future generation.
But this has been what Lembaga Tabung
Amanah.
they have been doing all this while.
All this while from through enactment number 2, 1990. Number 2, 1990.
So they receive the gas royalty?
No, the oil royalty received by the state, the whole portion, but some small portion of the oil royalty, which is the minimum is 30 million per year, need to go to Lembaga Tabung as a fund for future generation. Future generation meaning what? Meaning the money accumulated from that, we have to invest into in terms of what I said, the deposits, securities, money market instrument, so that the money can grow up, not being used. So minimum 30 million per year. So if you look at the past, well, the numbers varies. Some 30 million and some, at times 35, and at times I don't think nothing is coming from the oil royalty that goes to the Lembaga Tabung. But now, of course, my focus now is to have a proper way of handling oil royalty, and some small portion, the good numbers of them, we are going to put it to Lembaga Tabung.
So Lembaga Tabung is not just about building property and land. It is also this.
Lembaga Tabung will receive land from state, and they have to joint venture with other third party to develop the land in terms of housing or whatever, and then the royalty, the tribute of that goes to the Lembaga Tabung, so that the money can grow in Lembaga Tabung.
How is it doing now? I hear
it's not doing that great. I mean, it's managed well. I think at par, but it's not. This is I'm not that 100% happy with that. We can do more. This is one of my focus. We can do better. We can do much better.
Okay, and then Terengganu Inc. MBI,
yeah, Lembaga Tabung.
So the highest setup will be MBI.
MBI.
Then below that will be
Terengganu Inc.
Lembaga Tabung at parallel or
parallel. Almost parallel. And SCDC.
SCDC not under
Under well, not under Terengganu Inc.
No.
Not under Terengganu. They have their own.
Okay. Right. So, any consolidation or transformation plan of this government-linked companies, state-linked?
Yeah, this is what we have been doing now on the state government-linked companies. We involved with two major exercises, which is number one, realign exercise, and then restructuring exercise. A realignment exercise with the focus to avoid the overlapping of functions among the state agencies, revisit the main purpose of establishment of each respective agency. Number one is to avoid overlapping. Number two is revisit the purpose of the establishment. Number three, to increase the performance of the delivery and investment return. Basically, when I come to the office, I've looked at all the GLCs. Sad to say, there are some who are overlapping in their role and business. For the reason unknown, well, we can dig out and find out the reason, but it's not the main focus. Yeah, and then we have to do some research, realignment. So those who are repeating, redundant, we have to merge and try to be more focused. And then, of course, restructuring to streamline the management and all the reporting process, so that we have a good management practices. People talking about good manufacturing services. So now we are talking about good management services and streamline the business activities. So then, now we come to the 10 clusters that we categorize, namely plantation.
10 clusters.
Yeah, 10 clusters. The business is already there. The business is already here and there in various ways. So when we restructures, we have to classify into certain groups. So then we come up with 10 groups: plantations, petroleums, energy and natural resources, food industries.
Gas will be under petroleum and gas.
Gas will be under energy and natural resources. Partly, will be under petroleum. Sorry, gas under petroleum and gas. Plantation, petroleum and gas, energy and natural resources, food industries, healthcare, industrial, hotels and resort management, print and media, or the IT as well, print, media and IT, fund management, and number 10 is infrastructure, construction and engineering. So
property will be under infra, construction,
yeah, property will be under infra, construction and management. The other purpose, of course, to revisit of each company and business. Those who are, of course, sad to say, they are dormant. There are few who are dormant. We have to close down. We don't want to incur any financial burden to states.
Close down how many?
I'm still not sure yet, but the numbers is keep on. Well, I think easily 20 or 30 out of 100. 144 altogether.
You are closing down the dormant company.
Dormant, which is not inactive.
Loss making. Chicken cottage, is it?
The one which is lost in the business, we try to find ways how we can manage them. Because the decision to close down any venture actually is not easy one. We also need to understand that we are serving the people. We are still serving the people, so we have to be really careful. Those who are not making money, then we are going to check what's their problem? Is it related to mismanagement, or is it some of out of focus in business and so on and so forth? So we still try to save those companies.
So can we move on to
Yeah.
6 and 7?
Yeah.
Strategies and action plans, such as measures to develop the economy. Lump together 6 and 7.
Yeah, with the focus on the sector that I explained earlier. Of course, the strategy, the details will come out later, not now. We want to bring investors as quickly as possible for two reasons. Number one, to get the most from the investors to the state financial situation, and number two, to help people of Terengganu to participate in the economic activities. Of course, things like this not going to be easy, of course, but I have my aim is at least in 2018 we can bring some 100 millions of investors to Terengganu.
100.
Yeah, at least
100.
at least 100 million investors. Investment to Terengganu by closing of 2018. I myself in some of those discussion with foreign investors and local investors. But we are doing what we can.
So far, maybe can you share some of the more promising ones that
related to oil and gas, silica industry, and some of the manufacturing sectors related to the recycling of plastic waste.
or manufacturing?
Yeah, we lump it together into the servicing industry of manufacturing, and then yeah, I think that's probably the closest we are looking now.
This is some of the more promising.
Yeah, more pressing coming in the next few months.